Namaskaram, my friend Durgadas. It's long due. Durgadas wanted some session from me. And I thought it's the right time. Thank you, Keraleeyam, for hosting this. Nice. Priyanka spoke nicely. Who else? Sunita spoke nicely. Suma also spoke nicely. Maybe the first program I had in DOHA Qatar was in Birla Public School in 2015. That was also in March. And that time Olive International School was just blooming up. And the principal happened to be from my village that time. So I remember training young teachers in the nursery and then motivating some of them to quit the job. Because some teachers, when they become, I asked a question, when a nursery teacher becomes a nursery teacher throughout the life, and those nursery children become great in their life, don't you think you have to improve? That triggered somebody from a nursery school to take a PhD from UK. So I'm so glad sometimes a slip of a word is good enough to trigger somebody. And they are still with me. They keep in contact, they talk to me. They say that, you changed my life. Otherwise, I would have been a nursery teacher throughout my life. Now I have a PhD. Good. Then next, I think I came back again to Doha in 2018. That time, again, I was in Birla Public School. That is the day when the 10th class, the first class was mine. The induction training for the 10th class, the first lecture was from me. And then again we had teachers training program in Birla. ISS we had programs. I was there on FM radio in Birla. In Doha. Good, nice to be with the Doha people because there are a lot of activities happening. Lot of activities. I've been watching, and Gulf is not new. Probably I missed Subramaniam Habelu, right? You are from Karnataka?
Yes.
Kannada is my second mother tongue because I took my PhD from Bangalore. ಓದಿರೋದು Bangalore. ಕನ್ನಡ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ನನಗೆ ಓದೋದಕ್ಕೂ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಬರೆಯೋದಕ್ಕೂ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. One of the best language because now I stay in Hyderabad, the script remains same, so it becomes so easy for me. So I keep saying, that's what I liked when Subramaniam said, no, we wanted to learn something new. If I don't learn that language Kannada during my 3 years, actually it is not required because when you go for PhD, finish PhD and go. But then I learned that helped me when I shifted to Andhra Pradesh because reading was so simple for me. Now I write parodies or songs in Telugu also. Right? For Tamil it is very simple because they don't have Kaka Gaka. Ka is good enough. Chacha Jacha is not there. Cha. So once you know one language in South India, so simple, no? So learning is a great activity every moment. I don't know who triggered now Priyanka told about Abdul Kalam told something. Is it that Priyanka told? Who told? Or Sunita? Somebody told in the beginning. What did you say, Sunita? Abdul Kalam told that eagle fly on top. Tell me that again, that sentence which you by-hearted from somewhere.
Abdul Kalam's quote, sir. All birds find shelter during a rain.
Yeah.
But eagle avoids rain by flying above the clouds.
Okay, let me ask Sunita, why eagle avoids cloud and rain?
Eagle wants to fly.
No. Why it avoids? What will happen if eagle get wet?
Oh.
See, this is what is learning. Ask question. Abdul Kalam is a good friend of mine. He will not do this mistake of telling this. Or what happened is he took a fact that eagle will not fly in water Because he knows, everybody knows. Once eagle get wet, it cannot fly, it will die. It will be in water because it's too heavy. Unlike any other bird, it cannot shake its wing and then get out of the water from it. It will get wet. It will have problem in flying. But that quote is not over. The quote says, that is not the quote. That is a fact of biology knowledge which he took to tell another quote which he wanted to take. That's called a simile. As a language teacher, you know, in poetry, I am a poet. We take simile from somewhere. But that simile if you tell and without telling what is that I used that simile for, that is not complete. It's only half knowledge. You have to read. Totally you must tell. And that says problems are common in the world, but attitude makes the difference. That is the derivation from the fact which Abdul Kalam took. So his idea was not to tell that eagle flies on the top. That every biology people know, everybody knows. The idea is to tell from that we have to get rid of problems.
Yes, sir.
But my class is not for that. I don't want people to run away from examination.
No,
So, understood. They have to be in the rain, take examination, jump in water, enjoy.
yes, sir.
That is what is to be done. Correct?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Yeah, and you have to fly high, but not avoiding water. But there is a bird which flies the highest in the world, which can also fly in mist and water and snowfall also. Do you know which is that? That is called the Asian goose. That flies above Himalayas. I'm a traveler, so I travel to Himalaya, I go to Kailash, I took parikrama of Kailash also. So we learn while traveling. Asian goose is a great bird. So if at all I have to tell, I will not tell escape like Google. No, you should not escape like Google. You should get wet. Right? Children come to my place for camps. I conduct camps in Kannur. My house is Naduvil, close to Taliparamba. The new airport, Kannur airport, is 50 kilometers. I've got children from Doha. I had many children who used to come. After listening to me, they used to follow me. They came and then stayed with me. And if somebody says, I don't know swimming, if I take dip in water, I will get cold, cough, breathing problem, asthma and all. Next day, the parents goes, immediately I will put them in water. Let me see what will happen to them. Nothing happens. It's all fear. Understood? So I take that example. If somebody have got a fear of getting cold, cough, breathing problem, asthma, that should not stop you from jumping into water. Jumping in water is different, taking care of. Water is not the problem. We keep saying Jaladosham. Right? Rain is bad. Rain is not bad. I am bad. I must be strong enough to face any problem in my life. When you face problems, you become stronger. Because you have got a breathing problem, don't take a bath. That is not a solution. That is escaping from solution. I am from an Ayurvedic family, so we know how to treat people perfectly well. It's a holistic thing. Physical, emotional, intellectual, social, spiritual. Five-fold development. That's what we do. So we have to understand the language learning. Now I just heard some quotes. Did I leave it there or I explored? I was thinking, not that every day I think about it, right? But then before telling, I have to confirm. I had a doubt that is not the quote. So immediately I searched. I have to confirm. After searching only I should tell you. There are some radio, some television, somebody said Abdul Kalam told this. See, the problem with Abdul Kalam is you can tell anything that he told. He will accept. He has no problem. Because he is not there now. So anything you want to tell, you tell Abdul Kalam told. So it becomes scientific. Correct? That's not correct. So I told the TV fellow, it is not Abdul Kalam, it is Vivekananda who said. So these days information, lot of data. Education is also giving lot of data to children. Even the teachers don't test whether it is correct or not. So what is the best student has to do? He has to ask question. Now this is not the time to ask question, because teachers will ask question, you have to answer.
Yes, sir.
Correct? But otherwise classroom should be open to students to ask questions. And teachers have to answer. Examination should be teachers should ask and the students should answer. But in our education system, all the time teachers will ask, students have to do. That shouldn't happen. There has to be some change. So I keep telling all the students, examination is the reverse of the classroom. Why is it reverse of the classroom? Generally during the classwork, academic year, if there is a teacher, principal, somebody, they will call students, come here. Then students will have to go. Though you have respect or not, you don't. Still you have to go and say, what ma'am? Why did you call me? You have to show respect, correct? There is only one place where teachers will show respect to students. That is exam hall. You don't even have to call them like this. You knock at the desk. Tak, 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 tak. Two sound. Teacher will come and ask you, like a chef in a hotel, what you want. So much respect first time to the students from the teachers, correct? So all children who are listening to me, though directly here or I'm posting it onto YouTube also, I'm sure everybody who listens love my lecture, because I keep saying exam hall is the place where you can call your teachers to your place. Come here. Even the principal is going for a round. Come. Immediately the principal will come. What do you want? Then he says, I don't want anything. Go. Is it not a good place? You must enjoy. Wherever you are, enjoy that place. And exam hall. No, generally the king palace or the principal seat, you see that he occupies a seat where 3 people can sit. As you grow higher and higher in the world positions, you get a bigger space to sit, right? Exam hall, the bigger space is given. Otherwise in the classroom you have all the seats are next to next. The COVID has given a spacious room. COVID and examination during COVID, I am 100% sure nobody will be beside you. So what is to be done? All children can stretch their hand both sides and say, yeah. And if somebody is touching you, you call the teacher. Yeah, move him away. Move this fellow away. Raja style. So examination hall, who is the Raja? The student is the Raja, right? I'm sure I enjoyed. I really enjoyed all exam hall. That's why I wrote a lot of examinations. I keep on writing exams. What a great opportunity. You know why? Generally teachers will tell you read and they will give notes. This is the right time to take a revenge. I will write, you will ask the teacher, read, you read. I can make teachers to read whatever I am writing. First time in life. Correct or not? Is there a place in the world people will give free paper without asking money? There is only one place, and that is exam hall. So do you know, when I used to write my MBA, LLB exam and all, I used to write 200, 300 pages. By the time the paper is given, teacher reaches there, they have to enter something. By the time I will ask, next paper. How can I write this? Because there is a great psychology for teachers who are evaluating answer sheets. If the paper looks neat and clean, teachers feel like giving more marks. Correct or not? So how should you write in the exam hall? Assume that you have a paper. Generally they have a folded paper like this. Say A4 size paper is there. Say. Generally what people will do, they will start writing as if only small margin they may give. Sometimes they may draw margin. Sometimes they don't even draw margin. But I keep saying you have sufficient time, because paper comes first, then the question paper comes. So what is to be done? Create a beautiful margin. Minimum 1 inch. Nothing wrong. So I am not drawing, I am folding it, right? Just draw. Draw a margin here. And draw a margin on the top also. approximately 1 inch or 3/4 inch. Now bottom you make another 1/4 inch, and here also 1/4 inch. So now your big paper has become small paper. You know, inside this, when you write, it looks so neat and clean. Generally, without margin, many people will write. You know why margin is required? The sentence will start from here. When you end there, if you have few more things to write, you will adjust here. It looks so ugly. So this gives you a cushion in case if you want. Assume mathematics and all, you get lot of space for doing your rough work. That's also fine. Another thing, when you tie with a thread, when people open it, you will not be able to read here. The teachers will have a problem. And you tie it so fast, when you take it, open it up, the paper get torn. So what they do, they will look at it like this. And generally the question number will be on top. The teachers will not be able to even read the question number. So have lavish margin. So it looks neat, it's clean. Similarly, one big problem, most of the students, if there are 5 questions to answer, say 20 minutes each, and you have 10 marks for each, what will happen? First question you will write maybe 5 pages. So the teacher knows 5 pages, 20 marks, or 10 marks, or 5 marks, say. 5 pages, 5 marks I associated. The last question, the 5th question, they will not write 5 pages. Generally, the first question 5 pages, the last question, the time constraint and less knowledge, they are in a hurry. The first feeling, most of the students in exam hall, the exam hall psychology says they want to run away from the exam hall. They want to finish, somehow get out of this place, as if it's a jail. No, that feeling should go. That's why I said exam hall is a beautiful place. So what is to be done? Assume that for 5 marks you are writing 5 pages for the first question. The last question, 5 marks, you must write 5 pages only. Otherwise, generally there is a psychology for teachers. If I give 5 marks for 5 pages, the last question you write only 1 page, teachers will give only 1 marks. I was director for academic staff college. I used to ask my teachers who come for training, get your answer sheets of the children. Sometime it used to be during the evaluation time. So not a centralized evaluation. They can evaluate at home. So I asked them, get your answer sheet. There used to be Malayalam, English, Hindi, maybe chemistry, physics, maths, all different faculty teachers. I ask all of them, get me the answer sheet. I will just look at the beauty of the writing and the answer sheet and then tell that this student can get 40 marks. It takes only 2 minutes for me to evaluate an answer sheet like that. The teachers will spend all the time. I ask them, because generally the marks are not written here. They have got another column in which you have to write. I said, you hide that, don't show me. After that I open and see, maybe 42 or 37, that's it. So within 2-3 marks I can guess from the answer sheet how much percentage they will get. That is because I have been looking at answer sheets of children. So now let us imagine you as a teacher. Each student should imagine that I am a teacher. And you have to evaluate answer sheets. That's the best method to learn. Where do you get answer sheet from? Ask your friends to write answers and give it to you. You be the teacher, make questions and then give it to your friends. Tell them, this is the question paper, answer it and give it to me. Actually, during examination training program for students, there should not be classes. Teachers should not bother them. Only they have to be a mentor, a director to guide children to work together. Make two students to sit together. Maybe the brilliant children sit with the worst students in the class. Make a group of different merit, not same merit children together. Different groups, keep on rotating. Look at who is good in maths, take the worst children who don't understand maths, put them together. Ask them to create a question paper. Maybe the toughest question can be made by the poorest student also sometimes. If they have been given as a challenge, you make the tough question, give it to the brightest student, see that whether they can answer or not. Understood? Studying becomes perfect only when you want to make questions, not to answer. To answer, you don't require much knowledge. To create the toughest question, what you should do? You have to study. So you know what will happen? The student who is not studying will study the whole night. Assume you give the task. Tomorrow while coming to school, you have to prepare a question paper. That student will not sleep at night. They will prepare the toughest question. If somebody knows how to prepare toughest question, not what is asked last year, before that year and all that, they would have studied the whole syllabus. And then assume I create a question and gift it to one of my friend and tell, answer if you can. And the student also answers. Get that answer sheet back to you. What you should do? Generally we write answers with a blue ink or black ink pen. Carry a red ink pen also with you. Take your friend's answer sheet, start correcting. Don't evaluate. Giving marks is not what is required. Look at spelling, look at the grammar, whether the points have come or not, what is missing in that. For that you refer books again. So are you not reading and studying? Yes or no? So assume you write such 5 trials for each paper. 5 trials for each paper. Good enough. You don't require much time. 10 hours for one paper. You have 5 subjects or 7 subjects. 70 hours is good enough. You give the worst student to me, I will make them to get at least 75%. That is distinction. Distinction is good enough. 90%, 95% as actually children are getting above 90% because questions are not very creative. They are all questions which are given already, and some teachers just evaluate because they love to give marks. That's it. 75% is the good enough. If somebody has to test the knowledge in a subject, if they get 75%, they are good. If question papers are tough, they will get only 75. So I am sure every student, without discriminating whether they are good student, brilliant student, they studied in class, they did not prepare so far, no issue at all. Do you have 70 hours? Okay. If you did not open the book, another 70 hours, 140 hours. 140 hours is hardly 30 days or 40 days. That's it. That's it. 3-4 hours per day, 5 hours per day if you can spend. I'm sure 5 hours if you can spend per day. That's possible because 24 hours, 8 hours you sleep. 5 or 6 hours you spend online classes, investing time, all that you do. Taking care of yourself, another 3-4 hours you spend. But still you have 5 to 6 hours in your hand. If you decide that 5-6 hours I am going to invest in preparing examination. How to prepare for exam? As if all these questions are prepared and gifted to your friend, that is first. And then when you write examination for the questions which your friends have given, sit as if you are sitting in the exam hall. Don't go for water in between, toilet in between and all that. You have to sit 2 hours and then practice. Every day if you can write 2 exams sitting in a place without moving. That practice is not there. That practice is not there. That is why when they reach in the exam hall, they feel like running away. Because you don't practice yourself sitting like that. Can every children be trained to sit? Even in classroom, they don't sit 2 hours after 30 minutes. And even when the teacher turns the other side on the board, they make a noise. Because discipline is not what is taught. Therefore, they don't have patience. If that is to be disciplined learning, disciplined exam writing, if that is there, you know what will happen. When the examination hall question paper gets, they will say, oh, this question 3 times already I wrote here. Let me finish first. Second question, this I gave a question to somebody else. I only evaluated this. I know the answer for this. So every question looks so familiar to them. 3 hours exam they can finish in 1.5 hours. Actually, a bright student needs only half of the time for writing exam. The cushion time is given for less than lower ranked people who don't understand, who don't study. They want to give a pass mark for them. That is why question papers are set like that. So every student need to follow this next few days. I'm sure you will enjoy. And understand, writing examination is a great opportunity for you, because I keep saying the teachers are like doctors. The pathology is required to analyze whether the student is good in maths or not. As if the doctors will test them to see the parameters are not perfect, so you need extra medicine. The model examination, class test, all these examinations which the friends are conducting each other, what is to be done? You are actually testing and check that, oh, mathematics only 20% mark is there. That means there is a deficiency. So what is to be done? Patch it up. Prepare more. Give some more dosage. Right? Take more care. Instead of scolding them, you got less marks. Do a doctor scold somebody if their parameters, vitamin parameters are not good? You are not taking care of yourself. That is not the doctors will do. They will give medicines. So what is teacher's job? Teachers should promote them to the next class. It's like discharging after the disease is cured, the illness is cured, the doctors will discharge them. So similarly, the teachers should discharge from lower class to higher class. So what is the examination? Examination is to test whether there is some deficiency in your knowledge which you gained in 7th class. And are you fit for 8th class? The physical test, like an examination done by a doctor, teachers have to test them. Now when you are reading the answer sheet of your friend, probably there is a bright student whose answer sheet you are reading. When you write, oh, I would not have written this. Now this student have written. So by reading 3-4 answer sheets from different people, you are actually remembering points which you would have missed while writing examination. Otherwise, actually studying most of the subjects is boring when you sit alone and then do it. You cannot do the same thing. It's like something is clean. Again, you all ask them. Most of the time, what parents will do? Study. Yet, even if you say, I finished studying, no, you should sit and study. It's like when you clean a plate again, somebody is asking you to clean it again, clean it again, clean it again. So what will happen to you? First time you will not clean perfectly, because you know the parents are going to ask me to clean 3 times. Why should I clean perfectly well? 3rd time I will clean. Right? So repeatedly studying is not required. You must have relaxed mood. Once you finish, finished. That's it. Then you go for a movie. Don't worry. Enjoy the time. Relaxing, enjoying is essential. Even before the exam day, you don't have to take all the trouble of study. Not required. You have to finish the whole study, evaluate yourself. So now how to prepare? Yourself assume that you want to prepare for all this. Take a syllabus, take a subject, take a chapter. And look at how much percentage I know. So create a beautiful timetable. The timetable has to be created by individual. I look at mathematics. First chapter mathematics, I know only 50%. So make an estimate. The rest 50% if to study, how much time I want. Don't say 3 months, 2 months, 1 week and all that. That time is gone. Now what you should do is, you must tell that I can finish studying this chapter 1, the 50% balance in another 3 hours. So compute in terms of hours. So 3 hours I can finish. Second chapter I need 2 hours. Third chapter I know 100%. Fourth chapter it is too tough. I need 8 hours. Make an estimate of how much time you require for each chapter wise. Add everything. All subject wise you do this. Make a beautiful timetable and see total how much time I require. Then you will know, oh, I require 70 hours. Now you have how many days? How many hours you are going to write exam? The rest of the time for you to prepare. How much time you have? Make a timetable and say divide it accordingly. So before the exam, sufficiently before the exam, not 1 day before. At least 2-3 weeks before you must finish the first trial. Again look at the chapter and see, estimate, do an estimate. How much I know. Then you will know, oh, my estimate has to be revisited again. I want to make my timetable again. So second time you make another timetable. That should be the last revision. 2 timetables in next few months. You have sufficient time. start doing it. This is exactly what I want to tell you. I thought I will stop by Indian time 6:30. So that's your. I want to tell only this much, and the rest. If you have a real problem and you want real attention individually, or you have a common problem which you think many people have got, I'm sure parents must be also listening to this. If you have few questions, probably you could ask me. I've got a beautiful blog, 30 points to students, 20 points to parents and teachers. Send me a WhatsApp, I'll send you that, or go and Google DrTPS, 30 points to students, 20 points to parents and teachers. The parents also has to support, teachers also have to support, and I'm sure students require sufficient cautioning what is to be done. I only took few examples. That's what I did. Almost last week I was there in one of those schools in Dubai, and then Hyderabad I was having. So I'm almost every week now. I'm sure March is the time when children are more looking towards how to write exam, what is to be done. So you don't have to worry. You have sufficient time, and I'll tell you, none of your marks actually is a big botheration for you. Last year in Hyderabad, Andhra, Telangana, and all that people, all of them who did not write exam also, they were promoted, because that is not important. But I will tell you, your 10th class, your 8th class, your 5th class, whichever class you are studying, whichever grade you are into, this is the last chance for you to study that subject of that grade. You cannot study this next year. So it is as if you are going for a picnic, you are looking at the last scene in that location. So invest sufficient time in learning, because you don't get a chance to re-look at this textbook again. This is the last chance. And understand, what you are studying today is not just for today. Today also I have got a student from Delhi who want to write a UGC net examination, the teachers eligibility test exam. You know, the syllabus of teachers eligibility test is exactly what you study in your high schools. Same mathematics, same physics, same chemistry, same biology. So what you are studying today is not going to end here. You will require it further in your life. So if you study well, if you understand well, learning is different from understanding. If you understand well, it will stay in you for longer time. And whatever you study in 7th class is a base for 8th, 9th, 10th. Even in engineering, first year, second year. The first year, mathematics, physics, chemistry. In whole India, 7% people only pass. And that exactly the syllabus what is there in 11th and 12th. That is because teachers are in schools and up to 12th class. Teachers are only bothered about getting marks, not knowledge. When you get knowledge, I am 100% sure you will enjoy learning. So this is what I wanted to tell you. Now if you have questions and then you want to ask few doubts or what to be done, I will be there to help you out, support you. Yeah, get back to me with the questions. Good enough. I thought I will speak up to 4 o'clock. Now it is 3:59. Correct?
Sir, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
It was really, honor to hear from you. Now I remember you visited Birla School long back, but I was not attended the program, which I got invitation at that point of time. Only one question which I feel nowadays the education system, they are going with a more optional or objective type of questions.
Yeah.
If you go back, seen that when 15-20 years back when we are writing the 10th standard or 12th standard exam, more detailed answering system was there. So that point of time we learn in depth, or we are practicing or rehearsing. But I feel that this system, which now objective type questions are giving, it will be not right way or not effective education. I personally feel. What you
are 100% true. See, most of the examinations are conducted for the teacher's convenience today. So the OMR business, where you have options you have to mark, including IIT admissions, they found that not the genuine students who are selected most of the time. Because ABCD options are there. You know, there was a great senior most IPS person from India, especially from Kerala. He was talking on TV as a guidance for civil service examination aspirants. You write all that answer which you know, and if you don't know few answers, there are no negative marks. So what is to be done? All option number 1 you mark at the end. Still you will get 10 marks out of 40 marks. Because generally there are 4 options, they will do. So if you have doubt what is to be done, easily you will get 10 marks. See, this is the advice a very senior retired IPS officer is giving to the students. Actually, it is mockerizing the method of examination. You know, most of the Indian students becomes ineligible to get admissions in a Western country because they will ask 1 page to write. SOP, statement of purpose. The students don't even have a ability to write why are they going for this specific subject. 1 page is good enough. And I'll tell you, in Hyderabad and all, there are agencies who are writing and giving for 50,000 rupees. Somebody will write somebody's SOP. We know how to cheat people. The students knows, parents knows, teachers knows. So this has become a model of the world today. Therefore, the education, examination, all these have become only a bogus. Actually, when somebody wanted to write a civil service, I have got few students who are aspirants for civil service. What I will ask them is, write what is your vision, what is your mission, what is your action plan. Tell me descriptive, write sentences. Give me 2 pages, then I will tell you whether you are eligible or not. That's it. As simple as that. If you are not able to write few pages, I am sure you cannot. So essentially, the detailing, writing detailed answers is must, not 1-word question, ticking which is correct or not. That will not solve problems. I was teaching mathematics. I am basically a mathematician. I was teaching mathematics in one of the university, MBA, BBA students. So if ask them, immediately they will give answer. They will Google and then find out. What I do is 10 questions I will give from Google. Another 5 questions I will give most simplest question created by myself. I will find all the 10 questions, they answer the 5, they will fail. And what do? I will only evaluate the last 5. The first 10 is just to test them, whether they are copying or not. So I will tell them, you get 100% for Googling and you get 5% for your maths. Got it? It's very tough to find a question which is not there in the Google, which is not optional. So people learn it just like that. But if you just tilt it little bit, they will still write, the options are given same, they will just write the same thing only. Because they even remember the questions and options and everything. You say the kahani same, but the numbers only you change. But still they will look for that. They will give wrong answer also. Because that the options are given only wrong answer. So the teachers have made this simple mechanism. So it is not at all true, it is not correct. Most of the exams like SAT exam in US, I was giving classes for the students of America for their graduate admissions. I found that that is very, very tough. That is tough because they don't use this mechanism, they use descriptive, and that is what is. Even engineering examination, engineering students get engineering degree without even having a professional. No, I was management professor, I was teaching in engineering college. We know that what is happening in the exam system. New education policy have got a very basic difference which is in plan. That's what I was discussing with Dr. Mohan Thomas. We have a new education policy from age 3. We have to start the education system now. Which nursery, LKG, UKG is given in the hands of ayahs. Probably unqualified people who just take care of them. And what do they teach them? Keep quiet, keep quiet, keep quiet. Actually, children are not supposed to be keeping quiet. They should shout. They should keep on asking, what is this, what is this, what is this? They should make a noise. Got it? So I tell the nursery, LKG, UKG, if you can make them to shout in different languages, sing songs in different languages, ask a lot of questions. If that ability is there, their language skill will improve. Then you have next, second, third, fourth grade. If their logical reasoning, analytical skill can be stabilized with a lot of basic mathematics, life skill can be taught with a lot of handwork. That's what the new education policy says. We are also planning to put this into our new education policy. But I have my own doubts. That's why I wanted to start early birds in new education policy. That's what I'm advertising. I'm starting new systems of learning in different parts. So if we cannot start in next 2 years, I'm 100% sure again the school system will dilute it. Because teachers don't want to change anything. They want to continue the same thing. You understood? Teachers are the most resistant people for changes. At least now because of COVID. 2005 I was in Jawaharlal Nehru University, JNU, Delhi to learn multimedia education. And I learned there, staying in the campus, I learned multimedia learning. I came back to Kerala, I started teaching teachers. They said, no, we don't want. Now because of COVID, everybody started using it. And other day, one of the teacher education center wanted a lecture from me. And they said, sir, you record it and send it. I said, no. It has to be an interactive program. You come on to web. That was last April. Just people started using it. I said, if you don't start today, let it fail. There can be a lot of flops, no problem. But you come online, we will teach you. Then you know what they said? There was one vice chancellor who gave an invited talk. He already recorded and given, sir, I will send you. Similarly, you also send. I said, vice chancellor can be a fool, but a scientist cannot be a fool, I said. Understood? So we want somehow this training to happen. So teachers have diluted it. All the examinations conducted with the multiple choice, ABCD, all these are bogus. I remember my MSc time, my head of the department has given 25 questions. True or false? You don't even have 5 choices. 2 choices only. One question, true or false. So everybody either ticked true or false without even knowing, because we are from different colleges. We don't even understand mathematics perfectly. We are for masters in mathematics. The professor is a very brilliant fellow. He gave the toughest question. Everybody answered true or false without even looking at the question. Some people got 80%. They were all so happy. And as usual, I am a person whose fate is not at all good. I got 0 out of 25. Only one person who got 0 out of 25 out of 10 students was me. So what did I do? I started looking at each question. Like today what I did, I go to library, look at it, understand. Those days Google was not there. I understood all the 25 questions and then found some questions I wrote a right answer, but still why professor gave wrong. I was ready, tomorrow I have to question this. No? I wrote right, why did you give wrong? I wanted to ask him this. And so many students, what they did, they got 80%, they thought I got 80%. No, I got above 60%. Very good, very good. They were all happy. But I did not leave it. Next day, you know what did I said? The teacher gave the same question back and then say justify. If you have written right, you justify. If you have written wrong, justify. And many people could not justify because they did not do a homework. Our problem is we want to write exam, the rest is gone, finished. After that, my brain is clean, formatted. You should not do that. Even if there is a question which is multiple choice, you must know why is it so. You know, when MNC companies, multiple choice questions are given, but the answers are quite confusing. I keep asking, what is the opposite of fat? Any student who loves English must give the answer for this. Let me see how many children are here in Doha who are all brilliant children. What is the opposite of fat? Opposite means antonym. Colloquial word I am using. What is the antonym for fat? Any bright children? I cannot send money to you in Doha, but I will ask Durga Das to pay and I will pay to his family. Back in Kerala. Tell me. Anybody?
Fiction.
What is the antonym for fat? You know what is fat, right? He is a fat person. Antonym for fat.
Thin.
Yeah. Now, once somebody says thin, everybody will say thin. Okay. Now, let me ask you, what is the antonym for thin? Yeah, thick.
Antonym of fat. You know what is
So if thin antonym is thick, antonym of fat cannot be thin, right? So that lean. Now tell me, she is a lean girl. What is the other word used?
Slender.
Is lean girl is good or slim girl is good? Lean is the opposite or slim is the opposite? See, now the options given are thin, lean, slim. Now when you give answer, I must be able to justify why is not thin. Why is it slim or lean? Why is it slim? Why is not lean? What is the opposite of lean? Opposite of slim is fat. Opposite of lean has to be? Anybody? It is stout. Stout. You are fat but well built. So this is logical. If English is highly logical, if English teachers don't understand the logic behind, if they don't use mathematical logic in understanding what is the antonym, these three options somebody will mark because somebody told that this is the opposite. Teachers are supposed to explain why this is not opposite, why this is not antonym, why this is a simile. Reasoning is the method of teaching. If reasoning is the method of teaching, if somebody chooses wrong or right, I can ask why you did not choose the other one. Explain it. That's what we do while interviewing. Multiple choice can be there afterwards if there is an interview, and I can ask few questions to justify your answer. Okay. It's a good question. You made me to think little louder on that. Good. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Because this question, why it has been raised by me, nowadays all the students scoring 90, 95, 98, 99, then they will appear for the higher education admission. So nobody is getting a seats.
That is what?
There will be no difference.
What I do
No
is,
difference.
yeah. What I do is, when I used to teach engineering college, environment science and all, I will tell them, now it is 3 o'clock, you will reach back home maybe at 7 o'clock. 8:30, 9 o'clock, you give me a detailed note on what I taught today. That will give you internal marks. I was remembering I was teaching communication in corporate communication for graduate management students. I told them after each of my class you must make a small note and then send it to me. That will give you internal marks. It is very easy for me to check because I can check whether somebody copied from internet, somebody made it, and if they can write a beautiful note from that, that means they understood and sitting in the class. And nobody can copy from another one because I will give only very maybe 20 minutes time. Once you finish, you will have to send it. The first one who sends, I will check with the others. Very simple. Digitally I can compare. You know, all such small notes they given me, I made a beautiful book. And that became a prescribed book for the autonomous college from the next year onwards. So if teachers are smart, I am sure they can become really smart, and that is what is the education system is lacking today. We don't have smart teachers, we have only copycats. Right?
So, one question.
Yeah.
So, how to get over stage fear, or in a face-to-face answering session, how can student answer more confidently?
See, whoever is sitting on the other side, assume that you asked two questions. The one is stage fear, the second one is asking somebody like an interview, or maybe teachers are asking, or some interview panel is asking. If DrTPS is asking some question, he is equivalent to your father or mother or brother or sister or somebody. I am not an animal from a different planet, no? Why am I sitting on the other side and you are sitting on the other side? Just because this buffalo took birth a little earlier and you are a latecomer. That's only the difference. Nobody is different in this world. Everybody is one and the same. Opportunities are same. And when you sit for an interview, you must understand, assume that I am going to an office for an interview. and maybe the CEO of that office is sitting in front of me. Is it not a great chance for you to talk to a CEO of a company? Is it that he is interviewing or you are interviewing him? You have a lot of things to say. I have got a nice opportunity to talk to somebody. Is it not? So going for an interview must be using opportunity to talk. How do you make this happen? It cannot be. I was giving a training program in one of the university here last 2-3 months on corporate, campus to corporate. The other way I was talking on the Punjab University, the lovely University Punjab. I was giving talk on how to from the campus to the world. Everybody has this problem. Why do you think the world is outside and you are in campus? It is like a shut door. Are you in a dark room so far? Don't you get an opportunity to talk to anybody in the world any point of time? Use that opportunity. I'll tell you, I make my children to talk to me every now and then so that they will not have fear to talk to anybody in the world. And I keep saying, you will not see a person like me who is I retired as the deputy director of a government office at the highest level. So when you talk to me, why do you worry about somebody else who is at a lower level tomorrow? If you want to be a millionaire, interview a lot of billionaires. No, learn about them. You keep talking to a lot of people, and this is a beautiful world in which you get a lot of opportunities. Last year I was traveling from Hyderabad to Dammam. I had a student of 9th class who is sitting beside me. That was my first trip to Saudi Arabia. So I thought I must know the students, how many workshop happens there, what happens in the workshop, what are all the different activities we has in this school, because it's a different world for me. I kept on asking questions, but after 2.5 hours also I found this fellow have nothing to ask this man. Every parent must give opportunities for children to talk to anybody. When they come to my camp, what do? Is there is a program called socializing program. I make students to go around the village and interview 100 people and come back. That's my first day task. And they tell that in my whole life up to 15 years, they were 10th class students. Up to 15 years, I never spoke to this many people in my life. In one day, sir made me to speak to 100 people. I said, go to the road, keep on talking to everybody. So that has to be the practice. I think it is not attending interview, answering questions. Don't take it as something different. It's a day-to-day activity. I enjoy answering questions, asking questions. I'm sure if you have the ability to ask questions, answering questions also will come. Because you must have heard a lot of answers from people, right? So it is a daily business, daily practice you should have. And that should be propagated. And today it is very simple because online. Assume you have some stage fear, simply switch off your... That's it. Correct. So you don't have to worry. I think every one of you should take one-to-one with me in case if you have such problems. And whatever you have fear, keep on appearing. The phobia will go only when you get into that intentionally. That is what is to be done.
So, sir,
Yeah.
if a difficult question come, so if we don't know that answer, how do we face that?
I don't know. That's it. There is nothing wrong that everybody knows everything in the world. Understood? I must be frank enough to say I don't know. And if I'm not able to get the question, tell me. Again, please. Repeat the question. Can you make it simpler and explain? Can you give an example of that? Ask some more clarifications if it is one-to-one. If it is an examination, if you don't have choice to leave it, don't leave any questions without answering. Verbally you can say I don't know and avoid. But answering the sheets, what you should do is always write something. I remember in one of the engineering colleges examination, somebody asked to write about C.V. Raman. And I was seeing this boy is writing so much. I was very eager to know whether this man is the neighbor of C.V. Raman or what. He was writing so much. And what? Everything was rubbish. Raman was a bad boy. He never studied nothing. And at the end, when I took his registration number and then took it. When the result was coming, I was more eager to know how much mark he got. He got 70%. Because probably the teacher also must have thought, which Raman is this? Teachers also must know which is the Raman. The other day, 28th February, I was talking to one of the schools. There are a lot of teachers. Science teacher was there. He was the man who gave me introduction and all that. Immediately after the introduction was there, Sunita, don't worry, this is what generally I do. To that, the science master also asked, you said 28th February, C.V. Raman, what? Took birth? Invented? Died? Okay. Invented. Agree. Tell me which year? He was telling, no sir, 1940. I said wrong. I don't leave children just like that. Even teachers I don't leave, because all teachers are my students. You know how many teachers I taught in my life? More than 1 million. So all teachers are like my students. I am a teacher. I was director for academic staff college in the UGC. So that's one of the highest positions in the UGC. So I was director for academic staff college. So I asked questions to teachers. You should have that question. When you say 28th February, don't end there. Which year? It's very simple to learn. It is 1928. 28th February 1928. I am sure you will not forget this now. 1928. But he got Nobel Prize after 2 years, 1930. So you will remember when he got Nobel Prize also. Which year he took birth? 1888. 1888. So learning is a trick. If you know the learning trick, you will be able to answer. Why you are scared of questions? Because you don't know the answer. But why you don't know the answer? Because you don't remember. Not that you don't know. You don't remember few answers. Why you don't remember? Because you did not tell anybody else. So whatever you learn, keep telling many people. You want to learn? Start teaching. L&T department. What do I say? Learning and teaching should go together. And whom should you teach? There are only 3 people in this world. Teachers, parents and students. Right? So teachers will teach, they will ask questions. Parent will also ask question and you have to give answer. Now what you should do? Students should ask questions to both teachers and parents. So what did I say? Teachers, parents, students. You know what is teachers, parents, students short form? TPS. That's my name. So TPS. TPS stands for teachers, parents and students. Always talk to teachers, talk to parents, talk to students. Keep on asking questions. So today, as soon as this is over, you should ask your parents. Tell me when C.V. Raman got the Nobel Prize. When did he invent the Nobel Prize? What got him? When is his date of birth? Study something, immediately ask question. And ask somebody else. Ask me question, ask me question, ask me question. That should be your attitude. Okay?
Sir, how to effectively manage time during an exam?
That's what I told so far. When you have got examination, for 3 hours examination, generally 2 hours only is required to write. In between, you will think and you don't write. Don't do that. Whatever comes in brain, simply write it. And assume that whatever you wrote, you found, oh, it's wrong. Don't cut it. Write the question number again, write again. Cutting you do at the end. Because I have seen most of the students, what do they do is, some mathematics and all, they will write. Half they wrote, they found it is wrong, they will cut. And then again they will write. They got the same answer what they got earlier also. Then they cut whether this is correct or that is correct. Then this also they will cut, they will copy the same thing again. Actually wasting time. Why are you wasting time? Because at home you did not practice well. So that's what I told you. Don't manage your time in the exam hall. Sit at home 2 hours, 2.5 hours. Sit as if you are sitting in the exam hall. Practice writing every moment. If you keep doing it, I am sure then it becomes very simple for you. Exam hall you have no problem at all. See, when I used to write 200 pages and all in my exam, I will finish in 1.5 hours. I will sit like this. Then you know what do I do? Exam hall is the best place. I told you, no. After all that is written, I will look at the next fellow. What are they doing? They will be totally tensed. They will be sweating. I will look at them. What are you doing? I finished long back. I found most of the people who are sitting beside me are all sweating because I keep looking. Assume that your neighbor is looking at you while you are writing exam. Will you be able to write? It's difficult for them, right? So I make many of my friends also to fail. Not that I will pass, I will make others also to fail. No teachers can tell you why are you looking there. I will not look there, I will look here. Yeah, you're right, right. Understood? So if you know everything, that is like that. And if you don't know also, you can do like that. That's what many people do. If you don't know, they will look at somebody else. They will also fail, you will also fail. So don't do that. What is to be done is study, prepare. If you want to do slow cycling race, you will have to practice many times. If you want to make dosha perfectly round, you will have to make many times. Similarly, if you want to write exam, you will have to practice many times. So no second question. Practice. Yeah.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Yes, sir. For grade 9, I don't know about 10, 11, 12. For us, the question paper pattern is that more than half the questions are about MCQ type of questions.
Yeah.
1 mark questions, MCQ type of questions, case study questions.
Yeah.
And it takes time. I mean, for me, it takes time to attend the section B questions, like the 2 marks, 3 marks, and the 5 mark questions. And at the end, I come to the MCQ questions.
Yeah.
For me, I do guessing only, because even if I know the answer, I know because of tension, I don't get time to choose which is the right answer. So I just choose a random answer and write, and then for God's grace, it becomes correct, and at times it goes wrong. So is there any technique to smartly choose the MCQ answers?
What is your name? You are in Suma Suresh. Are you Suma or
No, sir. I'm Akhila Suresh.
Akhila? See, Akhila, if you want to be smart, generally for your school exam and all, you have sufficient time. For MNC company selection and all, you know how much time is given for the multiple choice questions? 40 seconds. In examination in the normal school time, it is given 2.5 minutes. When we make a question paper, we have a performa in which we give 2.5 minutes for you. And same question in MNC company, 40 seconds are given. Maximum 60 seconds. 100 questions, 100 minutes. So what is the method? You must learn how to read fast. Reading is not enough. Answering question in mathematics, any fool can write. Given 2 hours, anybody can solve a problem. But the same problem, if you can solve it in half a minute, is that. Give me one example from any subject, I will tell you how to look at it. Otherwise, very difficult. So I'll tell you, because mine is mathematics, I'll tell you one example. Okay. Assume I have given a question to you. What is the 12% of 60? Generally, what is taught in classrooms by any mathematics teacher? 60 multiplied by 12 divided by 100, right? It takes more time. It is not your fault. No mathematical logical questions like this are to be done as if these teachers teach us in any best school in the world. That is why students are becoming bad. The teachers don't know how to teach. Pathetic. We have got a great person who is running a school. I'll tell you, most of the teachers just teach because the syllabus is given. That is how their teachers taught. They did not see where my children are going tomorrow. My advantage was I have seen engineering, I have seen management, I have seen medical students, I have seen many students at a higher level. So I know why this is being taught in the classroom so that it is used in the higher classes. Now when I ask you 60, did you get an answer now?
5.
Wrong. 12% of 60. See, I was buying time to check whether you are interested to solve or not. Okay, I'll tell you, not required. Even if you compute, it becomes more time. But it doesn't take that much time. I'll tell you, what is 10% of 60? 6. Correct? What is 1% of 60? 0.6. So 2% of 60 is 2.6. That is 1.2. So 10, 6. 6 plus 1.2, 7.2. I don't even have to write and compute and do calculator also. Calculator or computer cannot do faster than me. Because I am using logic. It is not mathematics being tested, it is logic being tested there. Whether you have the ability to understand this. Now I will ask you, what is 28 into 32? 28 multiply 32. Even if you type like this, it takes some time. Right? It takes 30 seconds to type in. You don't have to type it. You are a Malayali, right? Have you seen Tilagan as a maths teacher and then he said that the whole Bhugolam is in mathematics and all that?
No,
You-
I kind of heard.
I'm sure your parents would have told, and it generally comes in short, clippings and all that in many TV programs. Okay, have you heard a minus b into a plus b is equal to a square minus b square?
Yes.
A minus b
The
into...
identities has been the terrifying thing for me this year.
No, tell me a minus b into a plus b is equal to a square minus b square. Have you heard this?
Yes, correct.
Have you ever used anywhere in your life?
No, nowhere in my life.
That is why, because your teachers did not tell you this is for using. Every mathematics formula is to use in life. Now what did I ask you? 28 into 32. What is 28? 30 minus 2. What is 32? 30 plus 2. So my question was 30 minus 2 into 30 plus 2. That becomes 30 square minus 2 square. That is 4. So 30 square is 900 minus 4 becomes 896. You got it? So is it not fast? When you know the trick, it is faster. If you don't know the trick, it is... Assume that you want to remove a screw and then you are using a hammer, it will take more time. If you have a screwdriver, it becomes faster. So right tool in the right place is what is exactly required.
Okay.
So for which, assume you want to read a question, you should use only 30 seconds. How to practice it? Read faster. Don't get tensed. Read faster. When
But sir, in math, we need to analyze the question.
it takes very less time. See, better I'll tell you, no new questions are formed in this world by any teacher. It's all there. Take any examination, most of the questions are repeated. So do as many questions as you can. Don't ever read it. You read it for somebody else. Ask somebody else to answer it. You read it louder and tell somebody else. In our childhood and all, we read louder all the time. Today's generation is not reading louder. When you don't read louder, things will not be very clear. You yourself will not listen it. The internalization is different, listening by the ear is different. Just try. I'm sure you will get it. And practice. Reading faster is one of the biggest technique. If you don't read faster, how do you finish?
Excuse me, sir. Sir, in English and now when we read fast, I probably don't consider the question. Suppose they might be asking the word which is not the synonym of, say, fat or thin, but I'll be writing the synonym of fat. Isn't that because I read the question very fast?
Yeah. No. That is what I'm saying. What you should do is you must be able to look at important words. When you read a textbook, take a paper, take a pen, and then write all the technical terms. Let it be maths, physics, chemistry, English. So when I say the problem, I know antonym or synonym. That is where I want to focus. Then in the whole sentence, I will not look at anything. I will only look at antonym, fat. That ability for your eye becomes only when you have that ability to see. See, when a doctor gets a patient, he don't test everywhere. He will exactly go and see the pulse and say, yeah, this is the problem. When an engineer goes, he knows where is the problem. When an electrician understands where is the problem for the equipment, right? Similarly, as a student, when you look at the book, you must know, oh, this is the problem. I don't read a lot of books because I just glance through and say, oh, this I know. That's why I am able to say, whichever class you are, whether it is 9th class, maths, physics, chemistry, biology, ask me anything. How do I say this? Because I have been doing it. I got the worst students and they could get the best marks in their life. Give me the worst student, 1 week. I'll tell you how to become the best. It's very simple. Not at all difficult to learn, but that is the trick which you should understand. It's a big trick. Understanding technical terms, understanding the crux. See, paraphrasing, they will give a para and then ask you few title of the paragraph, right? That's one big question generally people face. Oh, you will search the whole paragraph. Actually not required. Paragraphs are selected only in such a fashion. The first 3 sentences or the last 3 sentences contains the essence of the paragraph. Now you understood to give the title where you have to search. Understood? Read the first paragraph. Either it is a paragraph. 3 sentences will be 1 paragraph generally. Otherwise, if it is a bigger paragraph, first 3 sentences is good enough. Then look at the last 3 sentences. Just conceptualize it inside you. I do a lot of workshop for children like this. You know how to paraphrase is one of my workshop. How to learn maths is my workshop. How to learn physics is my workshop. I show physics. You take any physics and open it. I will tell you how to feel it. Visualization is learning. The Malayalam when you learn, it's like, Wordsworth when I am reading, I must visualize. Right? Solitary Reaper. Are you reading that?
Sir,
Eh?
poets, how can you visualize?
That is what I am saying. Do you have the poetry called Solitary Reaper? Yeah. Behold her single in the field, yon solitary highland lass, singing and reaping by herself. Behold her single in the field. She is alone in the field. Behold her. Stop her. Don't disturb her. You stop beside. If you now go beside her, she will stop singing. See, are you not visualizing? Every poetry is to visualize. When you visualize, anybody can ask me any question, I will be able to answer that. Let that be any subject. If you are not able to visualize physics, maths, chemistry, everything has to be visualized. So learning is visualizing. When you visualize and learn, you don't require the whole drama, whole cinema to be explained to you. Tell the title, the rest I can understand, right? It will become like that. So poetry becomes like that, paragraph becomes like that, physics becomes like that, chemistry becomes like that. Everything can be visualized. A teacher's job is to make children to visualize what they learn. That is what is experiencing. Then it becomes understanding. Otherwise, what you are doing, you are learning lot of mug-up. No. When you say Aurangzeb moved from Delhi to Aurangabad, immediately take Indian map and then look at where is Aurangabad, where is Delhi and how people moved. And how many kilometers they have to go. And in going between the kilometers, see today I was talking to Delhi, somebody, they said the next day they have to go to Chandigarh. Then I said Chandigarh to Delhi is 5 hours. And from there 5 hours Hamirpur I went. So I traveled, So they said, no, I don't know where is Hamirpur. I said, show the map, exactly. They are from Delhi, but I lived in Delhi for 2 years. I visualize. When I speak immediately, when you say Delhi, Chandigarh, I am seeing it in the map. Got it? So you must visualize. That is essential. Now assume that your Qatar is there, India is there. 2.5 hours difference. Why 2.5 hours difference? Yeah, 360 degree is the earth. 360 degree. 360 divided by 24. 24 hours, 360 degree it is rotating. So to rotate 1 degree longitude, it takes 4 minutes. So what is the longitude in India? What is the longitude in Qatar? Take the difference, divide by 4, you will get the longitude also. So I know geography, and from geography I can derive time. I don't even have to know the geography because I know mathematics. So mathematics is a big tool. My advantage is I am a mathematician. I know mathematics. So when I know mathematics, physics becomes simple, chemistry becomes simple, biology becomes simple, social science becomes simple, commerce becomes simple. Every subject I connect to mathematics. English is also mathematics for me. Any word I will tell you mathematics inside that. I got a lot of challenges like this. Tell me one word, I will tell you mathematics inside. That's how I do. So be strong. Be strong in what you are and be thorough in that. Start visualizing. Okay.
Yes, start to visualize and study, and then everything becomes easy.
Easy. Any chapter you wanted to study, just get it to me. I will make it the toughest subject, the toughest syllabus, toughest chapter. You take it and then come to me. I will make you the most interesting and the easiest in 10 minutes. That's my guarantee. Yeah.
Sir, thinking of it, the capacity of remembering, because for this exam, science, we had to study the Avogadro number, 5 questions. Physics, we had the gravitational constant. It's like just 1 or 2 weeks after the exam, but I still don't even remember a single digit of neither of them.
See, that is because I will tell you, when you say gravity of Earth, okay, you are learning it is 9.8 meter per second square.
Yes, sir.
Actually, so what you should do is, 9.8 meter. This is 3 meter. 1 floor is 3 meter. Suppose 3 floors, then you are on the 3rd floor. 3rd floor, 0.8 is 80 centimeter. Generally, the parapet wall is less than 1 meter. 1 meter is from the tip of my finger to the shoulder. So up to here is 80 centimeters. So 80 centimeters. Yeah, if somebody falls from there, exactly 1 second it will be on the ground. 3 floor, 9 meters plus 80 centimeter. That is it. 9.8 meter per second. I will tell you, you will never forget this. Now you visualized. You understood? This is what is to be done. Just don't by heart. See that. What is 9.8 meter per second square means? 9.8 meter. Once it falls, it takes 1 second. That's it.
Sir, even in my class, I have seen students, yes, they know that they have to study like regularly every single day, but then still, they just can't make up to it. They study like last 3 days or maybe last 1 day, but then when we study the last 1 day, how can you visualize?
No, that is why I said learning is different, understanding is different. This is what I am saying for understanding. I remember in Birla Public School when I did a program, I said, it's very difficult to remember all the periodic table in order. But one of the girl who was a student in Birla Public School taught me once a song beautifully explaining all the elements in periodic table as a song. Then I googled, I found a lot of songs are there, similar ones. Got it? Now, I will not be able to remember all the districts in Kerala in the sequence of south to north. But I make it a song. So, if there is a song, it becomes easier for us to remember. So, what is to be done sometime? That is how we remember. In our childhood and all, it is not what we wanted to learn at the end of the day we will learn. No, we will learn every day. That's why the multiplication table and all we started practicing. Every day it's like a song. And in our childhood, we learned all the arithmetic also like a song. 1 plus 1 is 2, 1 plus 2 is 3, 2 plus 1 is 3, 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3, 2 plus 2 is 4, 1 plus 3 is 4, 3 plus 1 is 4. Like that, 2 plus 3 is 5, 3 plus 2 is 5. Like that we have to learn. 2 plus 2 plus 1 is 5, 1 plus 2 plus 2 is 5. So when somebody says 1 plus 2 plus 2, immediately I will say 5. I don't even have to compute it because we heard this many times. That is learned by heart. How did you learn your mother's name? Did you by heart it many times telling your my father is Suresh, my father is Suresh? You heard it many times calling somebody else, right? You heard it, you wrote it many times. There is a form, father's name, you will have to write it. That's how you learn. So, what you should do is keep on applying your knowledge in many places. That becomes learn. And where is your mother, where is your father? Inside your heart, inside your manas. So mathematics becomes inside your manas only when you use it many times and repeat it many times. That is why I am able to say that, ask me, I'll tell you like this. That's because I use not here beta. When you go to 11th and 12th biology, most of the technical terms become so difficult, So I have got a lot of games in which I make children to learn. And that is like a big game in which you will learn every word is by heart for you. So actually gamification is one of the best method to learn. That's how we do. I don't spend time teaching, explaining. I make a lot of games, activities in which people will enjoy and then learn. Then they will ask me, I'll tell you. That's what I'm doing.
Yes, this time in science and social science, we had not much, but then 1 or 2 questions based on what you said. In science, the question was like, why does village people get more amount of cholera as compared to cities? And then in social science, the question was, what are the advantages of COVID-19 in the education sector?
Yeah.
These were the questions. For me, I could answer because for me, these kind of questions I find easier. But then when it comes to my sister, all the questions based on the lesson she can. But then these kind of thinking questions, she finds it very difficult. Like, give recent question, why is Taj Mahal yellow in color right now? It was white. She finds it very difficult to answer. But she knows all the contents in the text.
That
So how do you enhance the thinking skills?
we need a lot of discussions and also note. See, whenever we discuss, we learn. There are 2 qualities children require. One is taking notes and making note. When somebody speaks environmental problem, they must write environmental problem, refer it, look at it, and then make a small paragraph about it, and then show to somebody else. Please correct it. This must be a daily routine activity. Then they improve in writing skill. Otherwise, they know many things, but they don't know how to put it into paper. So, taking notes and making notes, two qualities for good children. Biggest problem is teachers give notes. Everywhere I have to tell, teachers are the culprit in this world. They give notes. They never allowed students to write notes by themselves. Therefore, what will happen? You will get full marks sometime for what they have given. When you write, you get marks. Anything new, you don't know how to write. Understood? That is why new education policy prescribes teachers should not give notes. They should not use textbooks. No textbooks at all up to fourth grade from now onwards. But I don't know how many schools will implement it. Because every teacher don't want to, without a textbook, they don't know what to teach. I'll tell you, my new education program which I am planning, by second grade, third grade, you give LKG, UKG, nursery, grade 1, they will finish in 1 month. I want my children to become able, everything what they teach in 4 years can be finished in 1 month. I will make my children able to do that. That is my capacity. Not my capacity, that capacity students have. Actually, teachers are compressing it and then not allowing to think, they are not allowing to write. So they must be able to. I remember, it's all ability for you. Last year I was in America conducting a camp. And most of the children in America, they took birth in America. Do you think they write Kannada, Tamil, Malayalam, their mother tongue? None of them. They can't even speak. So I told the first day of the camp when parents were there, I said 3 days. That was on Sunday. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Wednesday, all of you will write. 2 days only, because Sunday evening was the program. Wednesday morning, all of them will have to write. I will give a whiteboard and a pen. They will have to write whatever your name, parents' name, which place are you coming from in your own mother tongue. If they are Kashmiris, Kashmiri. Malayali, Malayalam. And if it is Gujarati, Gujarat. You will have to write. I don't know all these languages. How can I teach? I am conducting the workshop. Sir, impossible. For last 10 years, last 5 years, I am pressing my daughter, but she is not learning, she is not ready. I said, don't worry. I know how to make them to work. Monday morning when they came, I said, Wednesday morning, a paper reporter is coming. International paper. Whoever writes on the board, their picture will come in the paper, first page. Go and tell your parents. They all told one day. Because Monday they came, Tuesday everybody learned, Wednesday morning everybody was ready. I will write, you tell whatever you want to write. So it is not that children are not capable. Understood? Actually Malayalam mission, lot of programs and all, not required to teach Malayalam. I will make children to write and read. The children come to my camp, they will say, sir, I don't know Malayalam. I will make them to learn in 10 days. They will speak, read, write books, everything is done. It's all attitude. That's what, who said? Abdul Kalam said. As Sunita said, what is that she said? Problems are common, but attitude needs to be different. Performance, P. This is DrTPS formula. P performance is equal to attitude A plus skill plus opportunity. You will not see anywhere. It's my formula. I invented it. Performance P is equal to attitude A plus opportunity O plus skill. Now all of you got an opportunity to talk to me. Who uses it? My telephone number is also there. If not there, DrTPS search. Don't forget TPS. Teachers, parents, students. Top police service. In Malayalam, Talli Police Shashikumar. Okay, go and search. You will see DrTPS anywhere, his telephone number will be there. You got an opportunity. You want to get the skill? You can. But only thing, you should have the attitude. If attitude is there, you will get it. As simple as that. So learning is not a problem. Opportunities are given by schools. Why COVID is a beautiful time? Because of COVID we are meeting. Because of COVID, every day I generate at least 2-3 programs, and last 365 days, probably more than 500 hours of lecture has been uploaded on YouTube. Many of them don't even get recorded sometimes. I reached more than millions of people. Opportunities are there. So you must utilize it. Okay, utilize. Every opportunity has to be utilized. So make everyone to write. Just because I always keep, you see, while it is not that no, why Sunita was talking, Durga, who all talked, and what is that they said, what I got from Google, I wrote down. What is that Abdul Kalam wanted to say, that quotation? Otherwise, I don't remember all these quotations, right? I make my own
Some
notes.
topics are very interesting that we don't even get distracted in any context. Some topics in science, some topics in maths are very much interesting. While sitting here itself, I understand the topics.
Very
But
good.
when the class is over, I don't even know. I will remember like few points, but the main content is nowhere.
Don't read without a paper and pen, without making notes. When you read one paragraph, one point. When you read one page, at least 2-3 sentences. When you finish one chapter, there has to be one page written. That is called a capsule. You make that capsule ready and read only that, get back to that textbook. Make always capsule tablets. Your notes have to be your note. I still have most of my notes which I prepared in my life. When I attend lectures, I write down, I will keep that. I've got lot of papers like this. Whenever each program on the top of the day, I will write this day I did. Even when I edit video, I will write a time slot, when I edited, what portion I edited, all that I keep writing. So that when somebody asks a question, I will know, oh, this is at this time, you can look at it. Otherwise, how do I know? March 2015 I went. March 2018 I went. August I had another session for Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan teachers. That was in Thrissur in 2015. Understood? So systematic documentation writing is very, very essential for every student. Akila asked a lot of generic questions. I am sure most of the children have similar questions.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Nothing said to keep a note of everything. Right now we have mobile phones that we can save the contact numbers correctly. Even grandparents, mother parents. I think in my class I have some students who don't even remember their parents' numbers. So the policy which you said, like writing, because you forget everything. Then in life we forget our ability to remember things, right?
Yeah.
How can we keep a note of everything? Like father's phone number, father's ID, father's that, father's that, father's. How can we keep a note? At times we need to use what is there in our mind.
No. Actually, most of the numbers, I don't even remember my son's number, my wife's number. I may remember only my number because I want to type it most of the time when some questions are asked. Actually, every item you don't require to remember, because today, if I know my Google account, if I know my password, I can derive everything, right? So, at least few things what you need to remember is remembered. Otherwise, spelling, why should I know it is there in the dictionary? Mathematics, why should I know calculator can be used? Then why do you want to live? You are a human being. You are not an animal, right? Knowledge is what makes individual human being extra and great in this world. So knowledge is, how am I able to speak like this? Tell me, Akila. If I am not a good student, if I don't remember, if I don't have logic, how can I answer all the questions with examples? I am explaining it to you, convincing you, right? Why am I able to do it? How am I able to do it? Because I remember things. So you will have to prepare notes. See, what I prepare long back also is essential for me. See, I keep, if I wanted to know the history, probably I will have to make a lot of notes. I can see all these are written in pencil. I have got an index created by page saying that no, if I want Vivekananda, this page I have to go. Ramakrishna, I must go. So whatever field I am into, I need a reference, quick reference. That's must. Otherwise, probably some years and all you may not remember, and you will have to relate it. So once one trigger is there with you, the rest of the things you can tag it. You don't remember everything, but you can tag it. That is possible. But brain is very good. It's like an elasticity. The more you use it, it keeps it elasticity. If you don't use it, it will, when you stretch it, it breaks. And after some time, you will not be able to. This is the right time to use it. Up to 18 years, 21 years, yes. After that, an old man like me, kuto, nothing will go inside. It's like a dried well. What I am speaking today is because of my ability in my childhood, what I learned.
Sir,
Yes.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, what do you think? And like, do you think only the fear and fear is the only weakness of the student to write an exam?
No, that is what I'm saying. Practice is one. Some people don't even have fear. In my childhood, when I was young, like which class you are into, Shivani?
Sir, I'm in grade 6.
Yeah, when I was in 6, 7, 8, 9 and all, I had no fear. and I failed in all exams. So no fear is also a good thing. Now, don't think that Dr. TPS was a bright student. In 8th class, I was thrown out of a school being the worst student. I got a rank which is never competed by anybody. 27 students, always I was 27th rank.
Like before you mentioned in one exam you got 0 out of 25.
Yeah.
And you asked you wanted that
But justification I gave, I got 80% of mark next day. I became good after some time I decided to learn, then I became good.
So
So
what
this
made
is
you,
a real life incident.
Huh?
no, what made you decide to learn out of
That is
seven?
because I have lot of friends who all got into admission in the best schools and colleges. I was out. So then I thought, no, let me show you. When I wanted to learn mathematics, my brother told. My father was no more. When I was 4 years old, I lost my father in an accident. So my eldest brother was a professor. In that college only, that's the nearest college where I have to join. My brother told, you cannot study maths and all. You can take Malayalam and study. Then I said, you told I cannot study maths. I will take PhD in mathematics, I said. So it was a challenge to my brother. That's it. I am telling, if you decide you wanted to do it, you can do it. That's my guarantee. Therefore what I did. Soon after my retirement in 2009 from government, I went to Palakkad. I took the worst 90 children. You can all go and look at ICON, ICON. That's my project. I picked up 90 children where teachers and parents told that these children will never pass 10th class. They will become nothing in their life. I said, give it to me. I was like them when I was 8th grade. And 2 years, I will make them international standard. And that is in 2010. Today in 2011, 2021, few of them are in contact with me. 37 of them are in my WhatsApp group. One is doing PhD in London. 18 of them finished their post-graduation in different universities in India. 6 of them got fellowship under Wipro to become teachers. Got it? So, if somebody decides to study, what I did was I only made them to decide that you will study well. And if you study well, you will become good. So, it's only decision. Attitude matters. And if your attitude matters and then you decide that you want to study, the Vivekananda says the whole universal force will support you to do it. Understood? And I have supported many children who could not do. Many children who could not do. Today I had a session with one of the student who was doing PhD examination. She has to write. She said, no, I am getting headache, migraine headache. I said, you have nothing. You take your syllabus, start studying. I taught that. And after 1 hour I asked, now do you have headache? No headache, no stomach pain. These are all problems, undefined diseases. That is because you feel distressed. I feel upset. I am not able to study. You keep on thinking, I am not able to, I am not able to, I am not able to. You cannot run. The courage. Yeah. Vidyut.
In social science, when I write, I usually in social science, there will be like minerals, like bauxite and all this minerals. From where it will come, how it, for what use, I will write and study. And after 1 hour, if my mother asks question, I will answer. But after 2 days, I will forget everything.
Don't ask and don't answer. Write the question, write the answer. So after 1 day, again you can read it once again. That's what I told you, make notes.
Okay.
All the major points, difficult, tough words. That is what I am saying. Technical terms. I keep telling technical terms. When you read one page, you should have at least 10 words to write. So when you look at the words, you remember the whole story. It's like in a drama, you remember a lot of characters. When you know the characters, the story can be made. If you don't remember the character, that story will be lost. Like if you know Rama, Ravana, Sugriva, Hanuman, etc., then the story is there with you. And then making the story becomes very simple. Yesterday, I every day teach sloka. So yesterday I was teaching Ramayana Eka Sloka in English. Rama, Lakshmana, Hanuman and Sugrivan gathered a great army of monkeys. Then they went to the city of Lanka. wherein Sita suffered agony, fought and killed cruel Ravana, and then went back Ayodhya again. Have you heard Ramayana English sloka like this?
Yes. Not
It's a
English,
beautiful.
but I've
It's
read
beautiful
the
to
story.
learn like this, right? So I teach slokas. I was sending messages, but Durga is just ignoring. I told people who wanted to learn slokas from me, just contact. We will schedule the time for you and then teach slokas in a different style. And that's sloka learning. I'll tell you in one. Today I did not take class, but then parents and senior people started chanting sloka and sending to me. You don't require 1 year and lot of society committee meetings and all to do it. One man, people should just learn. That's it, as simple as that. Whoever is in contact, they get my message, immediately respond, get tagged, join with me, you will learn. And learning is that simple and that enjoyable. It's not education, it is edutainment.
Sir, in my school, my hardest subject is science. And I don't like science because it's so hard.
Yes, that is because your science teacher doesn't look like a Susmita Sen, Aishwarya Roy and all that.
Sir, actually, that's.
I am sure if your physics teacher is Shah Rukh Khan, definitely you will love. Assume your Hindi teacher is Amitabh Bachchan. Yeah, kya class hai. Do you think if I come and teach you science, I am sure you will love science from tomorrow onwards. So it's all the way the teachers are. If some student says this subject is tough, immediately I will say the teacher is bad, the teacher is not good looking. That's it.
And the next thing is they give so much notes. It will
That is
not
why
be-
that is why I told don't allow them to give notes. You make your notes and you give it to the teachers and say I have a better note. I will give you that. Whenever the class is before the class, you make notes and then send it to them. I already made notes. Your note is not required. That is not the advantage of
We say that the teachers may scold.
every student. No, teachers cannot scold you because you are paying them.
Right.
Teachers are your servants. The students pay and teachers are your laborers. They get salary because you are paying them. So teachers must listen to you, not students should listen to teachers.
Sir, when we say like, I already prepared the notes and I don't want your notes.
But don't tell that, but you make learning. Your teachers will be there with you only 1 year, 2 years. After that, your life is with you. So decide how to learn. I was just joking.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, you said that like we pay the fees. That's where the teachers get their salary. So
Yeah.
it's actually the students. I mean, the teachers should listen to the students.
Yeah.
But do you think even a single teacher is going to accept this fact right now?
I accept. And I tell all the teachers, whomever I have met and taken classes to, all of them, I said, your salary comes from your students. So it is your job to serve them. But that is different from not making you disciplined. You understood? Discipline is something different which they have to take care. You cannot just behave the way you want. Just because I pay money and then go for a movie, I cannot put my leg on somebody's, I cannot make sound there. There are some discipline. So in the classroom, discipline is must. But that discipline doesn't mean I should not ask questions. I must be able to ask questions. That is why I am a very good student. All those teachers who taught me during my school days still are in contact with me. I call them. My science teacher even now talks to me. My BSc mathematics, whoever taught me, those teachers listen to all my videos and then send me message. You are a beautiful speaker. I love your classes. Can you imagine your teacher appreciating you? And my own brother was my teacher, social science teacher. Probably he listens to all my lectures, including this lecture, he will listen. And he will tell you, oh, you also mentioned my name during that. No, they know that I keep mentioning. So, can you imagine a student gets teachers who still remember you? And I've got lakhs of teachers who remembers me so far. I'm sure none of you listen to my lecture, including Dr. Mohan Thomas, who is listening patiently. You know how many people will listen like this, sitting and then listening? Generally, they don't. Why are they listening? And they will not forget me because I make a difference. I come to your real problem and talk to you. That's what I'm doing. It is not that they are not busy. I am not busy. I am an old man, retired. Though for making me good and all that, Priyanka is a very busy man who gave time, great and all that. If this is not there, what do I do in my life? My time is for this only. Every day I do this. Every day I talk to people like this and I edit my own video and then put it there. And that's all what I do. Otherwise, what do I do? I see movies. And all the movies which is released so far I have seen. I don't even leave a single movie without seeing. Before the movie is coming into TV, I finished seeing it. So I love movie, I read books, I learn a lot of things, I teach. The enjoyment, that's what is required. A good student, why I am saying this, a good student will not miss enjoyment. You will have to see movie, you will have to be drawing, you have to practice, you have to do whatever, you have to cook, everything has to be learned. Life skill is must. Today's student think that no, I don't have to learn everything. You have to learn. This is the right time because you are at home most of the time. All the work at home you must learn. All the discipline you need. From teachers, learn as much as you can. Because they are senior people, they know a lot of things. So it's the right time for you to ask questions and learn. Why teachers become very strict? Because you ask sometimes silly questions. Why you are not asking serious questions? Because you don't prepare. When you go for a movie, you know which is the movie, who is the director, which are the songs, who is acting there, where is it shooted. You study everything about the movie, then see the movie. But when you read one textbook, you don't do any homework. That should not be done. When you look at the heading, you get some information, immediately go and Google. It's very simple today, right? Earlier when people don't get answer, we and all in our childhood, we used to scratch our head. Now you can scratch your mobile and get everything there. Why can't you scratch your mobile and get answers for every questions and then prepare yourself before listening to lectures? That's what is to be done. I don't know how many of you studied who is the DrTPS. It's all available on internet, right? When somebody says there is a lecture like this, go and search who is this fellow. Let me know about it. That's what is to be done. So you should not forget about who? Asian goose. Asian goose is one who can fly. Now Sunita will not forget Asian goose, which flies the highest. If I don't correct, that information is not given, what will happen? Same quotes. Now tomorrow when somebody else says, suppose some chief guest VVIP is telling, you cannot correct them. Correct? Now you can, yeah, we know this fellow. Yeah, correct. We know this fellow. Understood? So don't speak out sometimes. If teachers tell mistakes, don't speak out. But I can do that. I am an old man who doesn't require any license to tell the young teachers like Sunita and all that, right? Sunita is Malayalam teacher, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Malayalam. Who is the best poet you like?
Kumaranashan.
Abba, don't tell that old fellows and all that. All the young teachers for young students should like poet like Kunyunni. Kunyunni master taught whole social science in one sloka. Do you know that sloka? ABCD-യിലുണ്ടൊരു തത്വം കാലത്തിൻ തത്വം ABCD ഏടിക്കുള്ളിൽ കുടുങ്ങിക്കിടക്കുന്നു BC എന്നാണ് തത്വം. What is history between ABCD? There is AD and BC in between. What is AD? After digital. What is BC? Before computers. Myself and Durga and all that took birth before computers. You all took birth in digital. Therefore, you are all AD people, we are all BC people. And what is AD and BC? After COVID. Before COVID and
BC.
what is BC? Before COVID. And what is AD?
COVID and after COVID.
After digital. We are all become digital teachers now. After digital, right? Yeah.
Sir, whenever my teacher give me notes, I ask my mother after some time.
See, what is the problem with the Vidyut is your name is Vidyut. So you keep getting shocks. That's your problem. Somebody has to switch off Vidyut. Then there is no problem at all. You are an electrified man. That is the problem. Okay, your mother is your problem. Change your mother.
No, that's not.
No, try to change them slowly. Otherwise, you ask your father to slightly influence your mother to change her attitude. Tell your mother to change your father. If both are not changing, ask them to change. And get a new mother by your father, get a new father by your mother. And then you decide where to go. Then the whole problem will be solved.
No, yes, mom, okay, she will tell. But after some say, in exams, I will not writing those notes, I will ask my mother.
Okay, I will tell you, whatever you study, you teach your mother. And then when examination is over, give the same question paper to your mother, ask her to answer. And give that answer sheet to your teacher and ask her to give marks. Then your mother will say, Beta, you are a good student, don't disturb me, you are wonderful, you are studying everything. Because you tell your mother, it is easy to tell, study, 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 study. That is not that easy. Or when your mother makes dosha, go there and tell, don't put the tawa here, put it here, don't do like this, it should be little bigger, not smaller. Keep on talking to her so that they will feel when somebody keeps on telling something, you will not be able to do the job. Similarly, when keep on telling, I will not be able to study, keep quiet.
Yeah,
Otherwise, what you do is take a big A0 size big paper, take a big pen and write all that your mother scolding every day and then paste it beside you and then tell mother, already I did. If you have something to edit or add or delete, do it. I am reading every day. Don't tell me and waste your time. Don't waste my time. Whatever scolding, I have written here. And beautiful different colors. All the good things in the green color, all the bad things in the red color. In between something so in some other yellow color, which is unreadable. Otherwise, send your mother to me for a dialogue. We will have a one-to-one. I will scold. Don't worry. Give that contract to me. Now Vidyut is off. All your problems are solved. Yeah. See, my mother never scolded. My mother always took her hand on my head and said, Beta, tomorrow you will become very good. But then I did not understand what she mean. Then I realized it indirectly means today you are not good. Understood? And it becomes a big blessing. So sometimes scolding has to be with blessings. If some mother is listening, that is how they should teach. Yeah, every mother should keep the hand on the head of the children and then say, tomorrow you will become good. And I am here like this today just because my mother, I lost my father when I was 4 years old. My mother, whenever I do some mistake, immediately I will go and sleep on her lap. So that she cannot scold. No mother will scold you when you sleep on her lap. If you stand beside her, they will scold. And when you don't want to get scolding, go and sleep on her lap and ask, when I was 2 years old, how I was. Then they will say, Beta, you are very good. You are so sweet. They will start laughing. They will forget the scolding. And then they will tell their hand on your head and say, tomorrow you will become good. Ask, take their hand, keep on your head, tomorrow you will become good. Understood? Indirectly it means today you are not good. That she did until I was 42, she was alive. So all the time she said. And I keep on putting my hand here and then said, yeah, today I am good. All of you lift your hands. Take it back and say, well done. You know why? I am a great poet. You must read my poetry. Millions of sperm from the father get into the mother's egg and only one sperm take birth, and that's me. How did I take birth? Millions of my unborn brothers and sisters, they could not take birth because I raised and I was the winner. So how did you take birth? Because you ran faster and then got into the egg and took birth. Are you not the winner? Do you think examination is a big problem for you? If you could take birth, defeating your unborn brothers and sisters, race for birth, DrTPS. Look at my website, DrTPS-shiksha.in. There are books in which there is a poetry book called Life of Love, and in which the first poetry is this book, Race for Birth. The Malayalam version was published in one of the Malayalam magazines long back. So everyone should understand LIFE, life. Live in full enjoyment. Learn in full enjoyment. Learning is an investment for future earning. Understood? You won't get anywhere. These are all mine. So what is to be done in life? Enjoy every moment. Learning is an investment for future earning. If you learn today, you can earn more tomorrow. And enjoy. Don't suffer. Don't take it as a big trouble. That is what is to be done. Examination, enjoy. Because teachers will come beside you. Because whatever you write, they have to read. How to write? Read this. I am going to write for you. Whatever marks you give doesn't matter. Right? Don't worry whether you don't get good marks or not. Even if you fail, don't worry. Next year again you can write. Even if you fail, no problem. You can pay some more fees and write again. But again you have to write and pass, right? So why do you want to postpone? Why can't you do it immediately? These are 30 points which I wrote. Right? So read those 30 points. Make your parents also to keep a lot of water. Keep on drinking. Half an hour serious study means you need to drink 1 glass of water. Because half an hour study is equivalent to 3 hours of walking, physical exercise. If you are seriously studying something new, you need water in between. So drink a lot of water. When you drink a lot of water, you cannot sleep. Once in a while, you will have to go. And after studying half an hour, 1 hour, if you have brother, sister, mother, somebody kick them, pull their hair, do some fighting and say 5 minutes. You have seen all the serial. After 40 minutes, 30 minutes, there will be a break. Similarly, fight and then say, yeah, I'll come back in after 10 minutes. Let me study another half an hour. I will come back for next fight. Be ready. And you feel that, learning is also a fun. Break is a fun. Otherwise, keep on thinking like this. You don't even read. You just look at the book. And in between, you will sleep. No, don't do that. Always. Right? Make notes. Finish. Tell your mother, I finished. Now, Vaidyut definitely will tell whatever he studied and then give the question paper to mother. That's it. Every parent should learn whatever the children are also learning. That's what is to do.
Sir?
Yeah. Who is that, sir?
Yeah, simple doubt. If you said that if we have to live in a joyous way, so is it following our passion or the passion in the society is required? Since I have a passion to follow and go to army and all, and also become an army, but in the passion sense, everyone has to become something for following their highest dreams or something like that.
See,
which is more necessary, or enjoyment or making money in life?
Both are required. You have to make money. I can speak like this because I have a pension. 20 years I served. Suppose if I start doing it immediately after my 10th class, I would have been a beggar. That's it. So you have to make a profession. You have to get a status. All that is required. What you need is, you have to learn and remove L. After removing L, learning becomes what? Earning. So you have to earn. Assume I have a passion for making movie, but I cannot make a movie without money. So sometimes your passion gets a backseat. First profession. Maybe after your profession you earn sufficient money, you can make a movie. I remember when I went to Dammam, I saw the film producer who made the movie and he got award. During that function he was also there. So he was telling, I waited for 50 years because I want to make money. When I made money, my daughter was to get married. So my family said, but first get her married, then you make a movie. I found one film actor who was in Hindi movie. Then I asked him, why did you enter into movie late? He said, my mother told, don't go for acting, you must get a job first, then act. So he could never. So he has to wait until his mother died to become an actor. So sometimes it happens your passion goes to the backseat because of different reasons. one is family, one is you have to, by the time you pass your exams, you will not, a passion is something very difficult. Becoming a singer is not that easier sometimes. Becoming an actor is not that easier. But getting a job is easier because somebody else is giving you a job and you have to just obey that. So my teaching passion, I know I cannot make a lot of money, though I make a lot of money. I don't know how much Durga is going to pay me. But then we make a lot of money by lectures. I remember in 2010, March, approximately, I think 10th March, in Hyderabad, 1200 BTech students, each one paid 100 rupees. So it becomes 1.2 lakhs. 20,000 was the rent that time for the hall. I got 1 lakh for 4 hours. See, we make money also. Toastmasters, I remember, Subramaniam was mentioning Toastmaster, Dubai Toastmaster. I started 7 o'clock lecture, they said up to 8 o'clock. Then after 8, they said, sir, you continue. I said, I have got another program at 11 o'clock. And between that, I have to have my dinner. Sir, no problem, we are ready to. Then Toastmaster, those days and all, I don't know, today also they have a box, they go for circulation for collecting money. So 3 hours I spoke, I got 3 lakhs rupees from Dubai. So you can make money if you want.
About making the money in the tuition system, like I went to a tuition and I understand literally nothing from the teachers they teach there.
Yeah.
And I assume that at least they have to be making something, and they collect fees from each student, 3,500 rupees from each student, and in a single class there are 10 students, and there only for 10 there are 5 classes, and they are making that much money and they are not putting a single effort for teaching us in the way they are getting spent or receiving their salary.
I know why your name is beautiful Amrita Das, and I don't know why this stupid Amrita Das is going for tuitions. I hate those people and give shapa to those people who are going for tuitions.
I went for tuition because I understand now it's very horrible and it's useless.
Nobody should go for tuitions because tuition is the biggest virus in academics. Why parents are sending them for tuition? Because otherwise they are not studying in that time they are not. And when they go for tuitions, generally teachers will teach what they think is they want the student to know. But if you ask questions, they will not answer. Who will become tuition teachers who don't get any other job? Any serious person who gets a job will never do tuition business. I don't know whether somebody here is also doing tuition business. If they hate me also, no problem. We have in history a great person called Kaudilya. Kaudilya left his kingdom because there were a lot of tuition teachers those time, and then the real teachers. Assume I am a mathematics teacher, I teach somebody and that person goes for tuition for somewhere else. Is it not shame for me as a teacher? Yes or no? Assume I am cooking food and then feeding, and then immediately you go for some other hotel and then start eating. What is that mother will feel? Whatever food I am giving is not good. So I don't like to talk about the tuitions at all. Actually, tuition teachers don't teach, but they cheat. And those who go there are all mad fellows. We have got lot of tuition centers in Kerala and many parts of India. If you don't see the movie called Cheat India, look at the movie Cheat India. If you have not seen that Hindi movie, all of you must see that movie. All parents must see the movie Cheat India. Another Telugu movie is there which is called Pressure Cooker. All these movies will tell you what happens in tuition center, what happens in pressurizing children between passion and profession, as that was one of the other questions. I see a lot of movies because movies tell you a lot of stories which are all real things which happens. It talks about, Cheat India talks about what happens in tuition centers in Kota where they train students for IIT and admissions. They are not actually cheating people. We have a lot of bank coaching centers where nobody gets a job in bank. They must have written 10 examinations and failed in all exam. Immediately they start a bank coaching center. I don't think a bank person who works in bank will get time to teach somebody else. So those who are teaching are people who did not get a job. They are all waste fellows. Understand? So don't waste your time on such things. But direction, guiding, question answer, clearance, sometime helping somebody, the trick of learning is essential. That is what I do. And I do it to anybody who comes with a question. Spend the time individually. I will clear the doubts.
Excuse me, sir. Yeah. Sir, Amrita said he wasn't
I said tuition class should be only clearing doubts. Teaching should not be there. What I have seen is I have seen millions of students. Those who attend tuitions, they become non-attentive in classes. Because they know same thing is getting repeated. They sit in tuition classes, they think that already I have learned, why should I concentrate here? So you don't require 2 classes. Anyway, you are paying fees to the school and your teachers in schools are 100 times better than any tuition center teachers. Probably the teachers don't have time to clear doubts. You need a private teacher to explain further to you. That is fine if your teachers don't give time to you. But I don't think in the digital world you have that problem. And I will tell you, if you have physics to learn, you don't require any teachers. Go and look at Walter lecture. He is the best physics teacher of MIT. He will teach you what is simple pendulum also in a simple way, which no teachers can teach in this world better than you. So there are beautiful teachers available online to you today. And I don't think most of the teachers don't even have seen that. That's a problem. What happened to Durga Das? Your timetable, you are making a timetable in between interval. I told you, no, it doesn't work like that in my class. So I was telling Durga Das, leave it to me, after you are finished, it will go like this. That's why I had 6 hours. I have 48 hours. What break? Durga Das, when I used to have class, I used to say, children, you prepare for 48 hours. We will have 2 days. Then they will ask, sir, should I get a pillow? Should I get a bed sheet? Should I get my dress for changing? I said, dress change is required only if you take bath. You have to take bath only if you sleep. You have to brush only if you sleep. So no sleep, no bath, no dress change. Class continues for 48 hours. Nobody gets tired. I think people see cricket matches for hours together. My classes are like entertainment. Don't you think you are all enjoying?
So can I ask 2 more questions?
Yeah. Yeah, no problem. No problem.
Okay, sorry, Durgadas, I'm taking much time. So one thing, this tuition, some of the schools and college, they are not properly teaching, or they are telling, the tuition is make us big business or main stream, and the school or college will be secondary. So they come and they teach, give half information, then they will say that you join tuition so and so center, and this has become in India, Bangalore especially. So you come back in the unit, they charge very high.
Yeah.
So this kind of cases, it's forced kids or parents to send for the tuition.
Yeah. You want me?
One which
I will tell you. Maybe India's best corporate schools in which syllabus is not covered, like a tuition center, only exam point of view questions and answers is being taught. And that chain of schools is mostly famous from Hyderabad. They are called Chaitanya and Narayana group of institutions. They have centers throughout India. They are the first set of people who started. Last year, I think almost the same time, I gave a beautiful lecture with a large audience physically. That was my probably one of the last lectures last year. That was the time when COVID started and started spreading in March. And that time I said, one of the biggest virus Hyderabad had, not China virus now, that was old China virus in Hyderabad, which is called Chaitanya Narayana virus. Chaitanya short form is Chai, Narayana short form is Na. So that is China virus. Subramaniam could get now what is China virus? Chaitanya Narayana virus. I'll tell you, that is the biggest virus. Many students in Chaitanya Narayana filed a case against them, telling that once the parents put them into the school, if they run away from the school, the teachers will go to those houses and then pick them back. and then put them into quarantine like China virus people put them into quarantine. You should not have contact. Hyderabad is a place where after the class, the night, they have to go and sleep in the teacher's houses. And I am sure you get admission sometime in IIT, but after that they become a failure. Sometimes you get fed up. Most of the people, they think that you have to be trained like dogs. That's what is called training. Continuously repeating the same question, answer, question, answer, question, answer. Aurangabad, one of those schools, they don't have 9th class. After 8th, directly 10th. And 10th class, 2 years they will teach. Somehow they want the best result. These are all different tricks played by different institutions. Mainly Delhi, Bombay, many major cities. Parents are so much panic, they don't have time to look at the children, so they do that. In long run, what is that you require your life to be very good? I am sure you need to have a great life skill. Got it? It is not that you get admission in IIT is important. Passing out from IIT with a glorious result. That is why entrance examinations, many people get into engineering colleges. We have seen they poorly perform there because they are all forced to put inside that. That is what the movie is called, which I called Pressure Cooker. I suggest you to see Pressure Cooker movie, then the answer is there, brilliantly explained.
I'll make a note of it, sir.
Yeah.
Pressure
Pressure cooker.
Cheat India.
Yeah, Cheat India.
And the second one is, you talk about tricks and logic.
Yeah.
And I see most of the engineers or the BTech and tech holders, they could not able to pass the small exams of PTW, the permit to work system, which
Yeah.
is a logic examination.
Understood.
How you do log out,
Yeah.
tag out, and how you do the permit control or the
Yeah.
assigning work permit setup.
Yeah.
And I'm not understanding what they learn in this college or their the whole year of lifespan, the engineering or MTech, BTech and all, where they cannot attend 3 hours the online exam and answering the 60 questions. So I'm still no answer for that.
See, that is basically because they are conceptually not understanding most of the things. The logical reasoning is not there in their learning. I used to conduct a program called Shiksha Holiday Program. So many children can come to my house from morning and spend a full day with me. What I do is when electrical engineer comes, I will give them a screwdriver, ask them to open the switch box. I said, you open it, nothing will happen. I know how to repair it. They said, we never did it, sir. And he is a BTech electrical engineer. I remember one of the selection committee, I asked a basic question. I have got a 10 feet room in which I have to make a ladder. From what height I have to start and how much length I have to make it. It's only Pythagoras theorem. But then I did not show like this. I only asked like this. Finished. He wanted logarithm table, he wanted calculator, he wanted all that, and then he worked some time and said, sir, I need some more time. I said, normal mason, the coolie fellow who knows how to construct a ladder, and anybody knows how to keep a ladder to reach the right. Is it not? See, you learn the basic base, height and hypotenuse. The basic Pythagoras theorem only asked. Because he is a civil engineer, I asked, he thought I am asking very high civil engineering question. So they think every small problem is a big problem because that is how they were taught. They are not practically put into place. That's the problem. They don't see. They take a computer science degree without even touching a computer. You can do a computer degree now. I keep saying you are a BTech fellow. I will give a laptop, old laptop, open it and place it back. Then your degree is valid. They don't. They don't know. Most of the people don't know. I don't know whether Priyanka is a BTech or not. So many people are BTech only. They only BTech. That's it. Understood? So the bachelor is Hridaya Guhara Madhye Kevalam Brahma Matram. The bachelor degree, BA, BSc, BTech, everything has got common B. The B stands for Brahmachari. The Brahmachari means my Brahma is moving, my creativity is moving in that science. I am an LLB. My creativity should be in law. I am a BSc mathematics. My creativity should be in science. So if my creativity is not going, my Saraswati will not come. Brahma is inside you, Saraswati will come. They are not thinking. They are only learning and writing. That's why I said understanding is not there. That can easily be checked. You don't require 100 questions. One question is good enough. One question is good enough. I interviewed a lot of people because being an executive director in an engineering college, being in university, being in different departments, as a guest many places, I ask simple question. Oh, finished. When BTech comes for a bank job, I will ask them, where is Cape Comorin? Priyanka, where is Cape Comorin? Where is Cape Comorin?
I don't know.
See? Durga Das, what Indian, what Indian she is? What Indianism she has? She is from Kerala, she don't know where is Cape Comorin. See, this is the general knowledge because that is not in my syllabus. Cape Comorin is Kanyakumari. That I know. In one interview I asked Cape Comorin. No. Then immediately there will be some tuition center fellow who will ask, what did they ask? What did they ask? Cape Comorin. Immediately he will text everybody. One question I got, Cape Comorin, Kanyakumari. They will Google and then find out after that interview. The next fellow comes, I asked a different question. Where is Cape of Good Hope? He only heard Cape immediately. Kanyakumari. Dim. Understood? So it's easy to ask question. Provided I want to make you to pass, I will ask you who is Pancha Pandavas. Who is Pancha Pandavas? Dharmaputra? Dharmaputra is Yudhishthira. Yudhishthira? Bhima? Arjuna? Yeah, 100 out of 100. You got full marks. If I want to make somebody fail, easy. I will ask a cousin brother's name. Who are all Kauravas? You will get maximum 2% or 3%. Maximum 4%. 5% finished. Other fellow get 100 out of 100. This fellow get only 5%. So asking question is a big trick. I want to make somebody pass, I know how to ask. How to make somebody fail, then also I know how to ask questions. So we don't require actually to test that knowledge. Generally when selecting for job, should not test their knowledge. We should test whether they have the ability to learn. Then we can teach. That's what Infosys and all doing. Infosys select all of them, then take them to Mysore. And what do they teach? 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th class mathematics and English. Again, for whom? The BTech. And every day they test examinations, every month examination. And whoever fails, they will extend their coursework from 3 months to 6 months to 1 year. And after 1 year also they are not improving. Give them a certificate, that useless fellow, and then send them out. That's what is happening. So, ability to learn, attitude to learn, readiness to learn is good enough. We can make anybody to work.
Yes, sir. Agreed.
Yeah.
So very nice. No, Durgadas, thank you very much. Thank you, sir. The Keraleeyam has done a wonderful program. Personally, I got a lot of take home and few movies yet to see now. Especially the Cheat India and.
No, I can give you a lot of movies. Have you seen the Great Kitchen, Malayalam movie, recent one?
Great Kitchen.
Yeah, at least on Women's Day you must see that movie.
Definitely.
That's a movie which is very beautiful. And there is
I'm
a.
very happy that our Dr. Mohan Thomas still is online and he is also listening. And okay, for me, Friday.
I'm going to implement a lot of things what he told me in our school.
No, take me there. I will implement there directly.
He's been with us for 2 times, and it has given us a lot of strength to our teachers and our students, and a direction for us.
Yeah, Birla has got a good team of teachers. Good team of teachers.
Yes. No, the good leader, where good leader is there, good team will be there.
Mohan Thomas sir is a very good leader. Because of that COVID situation also created a WhatsApp group and community, full manage everything. Very good leader.
Yeah, I have to mention here all these medical cases. The team of Mohan Thomas sir leadership, he has handled wonderfully well. You know, whenever people need ambulance or whenever the coordinating with the hospitals, all these things has been done by Mohan sir, Thomas and his team. On the ICBF, which we
That's
just
why Government of India acknowledged that.
See, I'll tell you, a person who does, wherever you put him, I remember Mar Athanasius College for Advanced Studies, Tiruvalla, where I went, that father was almost sick, therefore they shifted him from the mainstream and put him in a place where they have got a big field of agriculture, made a guest house and put him there. That is the place, after a few years it became a big college. Not it? So you put somebody in a corner, he will start something there. That's how the ability of people.
It's a teamwork.
I seen that in the personality when we met him personally one-to-one in Bangalore in Pravasi Bharati. He started thinking what I can do it in Bangalore, new things, innovation. So I like the interest, and he was keep on asking, Subbu, why can't we do this? Why can't we do that? So I thought, okay, this person is having something different energy than others. So I used to hear after that when I was in ICBF last 2 years, my president, our president Babu Rajan, I think you must be knowing. So he used to tell, the Mohan Thomas is such a wonderful leader, and I learned so many things from Dr. Mohan Thomas. So now he's a sports center, Indian Sports Center president. So I was thinking some point of time, in this age, why he wanted to become a president of sports center. The sports center, for me, is a young and energetic. But if I have to see his energy, it's better than me and Durgadas. So Dr. Mohan Thomas is energetic.
That's a teamwork. It's a teamwork. At the end of the day.
So Priyanka, we can conclude the session as the.
Yeah, sure. Sir, thank you so much, sir. First of all, I have to say it was a very wonderful session, and I know whoever is sitting here enjoyed it thoroughly and gained a lot from your session. A lot of tips and techniques, and we all can apply it in our real life. And in my case, I can also I can pass on to my next generation as well. So thank you so much, sir. And anyway, we have next our Mrs. Suma Suresh, Keraleeyam Ladies Wing President, for word of thanks. So I welcome Mrs. Suma Suresh.
So keep in contact. So I must thank Suma Suresh, because after that I cannot thank her, right? And then use my telephone number, send a message, be in touch, get back to me. I'll be there always with you, as long as you want me.
My daughter needs your valuable words.
Everybody wants. That's it.
Agila thoroughly enjoyed your words.
Yeah, there are a lot of questions, right? So I must thank all the people who interacted. So God bless you all.
Thank you, sir.
Inshallah, we'll meet sometime personally.
Doctor, please invite one more time.
Yeah. We were just waiting for the COVID to be over. The traveling be allowed.
Yeah. Oh, sir, we will do on teachers training. Okay, Sumaji, you can continue.
Okay, sir. A very warm good evening to our most valued Honorable Chief Guest, Mr. Mohan Thomas sir and Mr. Subramania sir, our esteemed mentor, Dr. DPS